Hi, everybody. This is Tom with Culture Chap, and today I'm encouraging you not to break the rules. I know a lot of you don't want to see this video, but it's important. So, when you're working in the States, we have a group called Equity, that's the union, and every country has some sort of union for their actors, for their musicians, that kind of thing. Now, just learn the rules. Now, I know in the States there's a lot of people that, no matter what your position in the theater, you haven't read all the rules, they're boring. But keep your ear out to what the rules are. So, for instance, what I'm seeing the rules being broken in the United States are stage readings. Now, there's a lot of playwrights, new playwrights, experienced playwrights that want the very best actors in their stage readings so that their new show, their new play, which is always hard to get a production of, any new play these days, they want to videotape, they want to film the stage reading, which is against equity rules. And I always hear the same thing like, oh, equity will never find out. Oh, the recording is just for me. I'm not going to use it, etc. Don't do that. The actors that have agreed to be in your piece, they're not breaking the rules, and you have to pay them a minimum fee. Remember that. They don't get them in trouble, don't get you in trouble. Don't think, I'm just a playwright, I'm just a this, I'm just a that. It doesn't matter if I do it and just use it for private consumption. It doesn't work like that. You will get a fine, okay? You will get a reputation. And as you hopefully progress in your career, when you call equity to say, I need this favor, okay, we're going to get into that in a second. I need this favor, I need this thing, or you don't call them, but your theater calls them and says, what show are you working on? Let us know. Your name comes up. Now, they're not the police, but your name comes up with this person breaks the rules. What else are they going to break? And they start investigating your show. Okay? You don't want your show to get shut down at all or a big fine. The other thing that happens in the States with equity is that people in other theaters that maybe can't afford the equity actor their rates, they ask the equity actor after they've auditioned, after they've gotten the part, and they're well into rehearsal and they're about to open, can we just not use your name? Can you alter your name so that we don't have to put equity member, so that we don't have to pay you equity minimum? This is bad. This is really bad. Don't ask an actor to go against their union. Now, if you want that actor and you can't afford them for some reason, ask them to call equity and say, I have a passion project and I would like to work for equity minimum. What does that mean for this size theater in this locale for this number of performances, etc.? And equity will give them a price. The price is usually affordable, okay? Equity is no barometer for talent. It's just the people who have joined a union. Hopefully they are the most talented people, but you need to investigate that yourself. But they will slam a fine on you, and you will get a reputation, and it's going to last with you. I have been away from the theater, the big theater, the very big theater on the west coast of the United States, who taught me to direct. I've been away from them for, I think, 10 years now. I've not worked with them. I've moved away from that area. Whenever I call equity for a favor saying, I have an actor who needs to work for minimum, or I need this, or I need that, they still say, to them, I'm still that guy from that big company. Oh, you're Tom from here. Well, not anymore. So, oh, that's what we think of you. That's how we list you when we're looking up your file. And you're like, oh, there's a file on me. Yeah, there is. This is like this in every country. You don't want to go against the union in any of the countries you work for. Now, I don't know the rules in South America or Mexico or Europe and so forth about what each union wants and the rules that you are breaking. But investigate whether the people in your show have a union. It's not just actors, it's your lighting techs, it's your musicians, on and on and on. What are we doing? Often it's about hours, rehearsing them for too many hours without a break. Okay? Just get used to building your show when you're rehearsing your show to follow the union rules. We need a break for 15 minutes every 3 hours, whatever it is. They need a lunch break or a meal break that's longer, etc., etc. Because as a director, as an administrator, anything else, a music director, you tend to forget what time it is because you're so busy trying to get everything perfect, and time sort of runs differently for you. It's running in a different fashion. And I'm taking it that you're not watching the clock every 5 seconds. That's what your stage manager is doing. But tell them, I want to follow the rules, okay? Don't ask actors to go against their union. Don't ask musicians to go against their union. Don't overwork your tech people, especially when you're teching the show, which takes so many long hours to make sure all the technical parts of your show are perfect. And it gets so tedious. Find a way to follow the rules. In reality, the rules, there's not that many. And they're basic and they're humane. That's one of the reasons they're in the union. Okay? Okay? So it's not as bad as you might think. And there are other members of your team that might know the rules of where you are better than you do. Now, I don't think in the United States the rules change state to state, but you should check on that. And you should ask your stage manager. If they don't know, they need to familiarize yourself. Because your stage manager and other people in your rehearsals and as you're running your show, they are the guards of those rules. They need to enforce those rules. In every show that has equity actors, there's an equity deputy who is reporting back when the rules are broken. Don't be that person, okay? And they work with the stage manager or whoever else is, in administration to follow those rules to the letter. Again, there's not that many crazy rules. You're not going to break the bank hiring an equity actor, equity musicians, equity tech people. It's all workable. These unions, they want your people to work. They're on your side, whether you believe it or not. Just don't break the rules. Now, I've been a visiting director at some theaters that are notorious for breaking the rules, and it ends up hurting me in the end as well. Always. So, why are you working with them? Well, it's not my fault. I didn't know they were like this. Well, make sure the rules are followed. Yes, I understand. Okay. If they get wind of me working for one of those notorious companies, I get the call. It's not like I'm calling them going, hey, what's the reputation of this company? I get the call. They're not paying. They're not this. They're late with their fees. That's not good. Because if someone is late with their fees for equity or the union, that's a problem with you getting paid, probably. And you don't want to work with companies that have funny paychecks, funny wages. So do that. Don't break the rules. It's essential. And the one that comes up the most is the one I mentioned, is playwrights filming a stage reading. Stop doing that. It will bite you in the end. That's the most common rule broken. Do not. Did you hear me? Stop it. Don't do it. And learn the rules, or find someone on your team who does know the rules, who's going to follow them. All right. That was painful, wasn't it? I scolded you, and you did nothing wrong. Because you're not going to do anything wrong, because you're going to find out the rules. Okay? Please do. All right. Please like and subscribe. Subscribing helps the channel, and we'll talk again. Thanks.